Hey there friends, it's Marky Mark, and I just want to make a quick video on Shadowplay that's up to date 2017, June 11th, and wanted to show you how well it works, if it's something that you want to use as a recording software, as a streaming software, and just an overall review comparison to other softwares, or other more software that's out there that's similar to this, and what I think about it overall. So to start it off, what you need is the GeForce Experience installed on your computer, and once you have this installed on your computer, it'll automatically come with Shadowplay. Now, I will say this: Shadowplay is exclusive to Nvidia graphics cards. So if you have an AMD or you have any other graphics card, you will not be able to use Shadowplay. So that's Nvidia made the software, so I'm guessing they're trying to keep it exclusive to their own brand. That way, they can control the market and essentially control your life. So just want to be able to show you how it works. If you have an Nvidia's graphics card and you're deciding whether or not to use it, it's incredibly easy to use. So once you have GeForce Experience installed on your computer, all you have to do is hit Alt-Z, and this small screen will pop up here. You could do this in the middle of you playing a game. And there's a couple different settings here that you could use. The first one being instant replay, which is my personal favorite. It basically records without actually putting out a file. The only way that I'll put out a file is if you hit save. So if I turn it on, for example, it is now recording, and you can see here my image actually just popped up, and I'll kind of explain how the webcam works with the software as well. And it starts recording immediately. So if I were playing a game right now, it would just start recording the game, and then I could just hit save, and then as you can see, it saves the last few seconds that I just recorded there. When you go to the customization settings, which can only be edited when it's off, you can see that you could change the length up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of gameplay. If you just want to do, for example, like the top kills that you had, you could just set it for a minute. And then every time you get a kill, you just hit save, and then it saves that 1 minute of the last gameplay that you've had. That we can have smaller files, and you didn't just record you playing over a 6-hour period, and then you've got a huge file that you have to go through and say, okay, where did I get those kills? Really easy to get really cool clips to put together if you want to do a montage. And as you can see here in the settings, you can change the resolution. You could change the frames per second, depending upon how well your graphics card works or how much power it pushes out to be able to record in high quality for those really graphic intensive games. And so that's the same here for record. Record obviously is a standard record button. All you have to do is turn it on, and then it starts recording all of your gameplay. And as soon as you hit done, it'll put out the same file as one of the instant replay files. They all go to the same place, except this one only records when you hit start and when you hit end, and then it just puts out that entire file. Broadcast is one of the most unique ones for me. I found it incredibly easy to do streaming. I'd never done any streaming whatsoever until I had discovered this and just how easy it was. So far, I've been able to stream to Twitch and YouTube. I haven't tried Facebook yet, so I can't comment on that. But you'll see here just how easy it is to do a quick upload to Twitch. You could change the resolution, the frame rate, with the customization options. Otherwise, you could just click high or any of the other standard ones. But all you have to do is hit start, and then what it's going to do, it's going to ask you to sign in. So I signed in with my Facebook, my Twitch, my YouTube account. You can put a title, you pick the channel, and then you can put if you want to be unlisted, if you just want to be for your friends, or if you want it to go on a different channel or a different page. For example, on Facebook, you can choose it to go on your page, or if you don't want it to go directly to your timeline. Then you just hit go live, and then boom, your camera comes up. So like if I were to just start recording, let's say I were to broadcast, you could see here that the camera comes on, my picture shows up, and I'm now recording. Now for those folks that might be a little camera shy and you don't want to record yourself just yet, there are some options in here which allow you to turn that off. So it initially comes off, or it's usually not on, but I turned it on because I like to have a picture of myself as I'm recording. And so you'll actually see here, you could change the position of it, right? So if I wanted to put it up here in the upper right hand corner, I could do that, And so when I hit go live, or if I hit record, my picture will then be up here instead. I could change the size of the box if I didn't want it to be too big. So that's really cool. It keeps you from having to go to editing software and putting in a separate video of you recording yourself. But again, so far I've only been able to use this with my webcam, but it's great for those folks that are first time streaming, first time recording, and you just want to get some videos out there to help get some traction, get some practice. You don't need the best software. You don't need the best recording equipment. Just get some videos posted out there. You'll hear that in every single video that tells you on how to record or how to start a channel, and it makes it really, really easy for you to get up and get going. Status indicator, which just tells you when you're recording. Frames per second counter will tell you if you could record at 60 frames per second or 30, depending upon what kind of game you're playing, and also the kind of graphics card that you have installed. So also really good stuff here. I'm just going to set that back to where I usually want it. And then you could go to your shortcuts, adjust any shortcuts to be able to record or to change screenshot settings. You can go to your recordings and change where you want it to be output to. This is also really cool for broadcasting. You can do custom overlays. I personally don't like overlays. I think they're annoying, but if you want to do them, you can. For if you want to brand your channel and you want to put a little brand up in the corner or something like that, by all means, go for it. And then you've also have notifications, which I don't really use any of these, but it does tell you, when it's off, when it's on. I mean, I don't adjust notifications at all. I think they're all pretty useful. And then the privacy settings, which just basically lets you record your desktop. So that way, if you were streaming and you didn't want people to see your desktop, you could just hit no, and it wouldn't record your desktop at all. It only records the games. So obviously I turn on yes, so that I record part of this video. And it's really cool to hit record. And I'm going to switch over to what it looks like in the other one. So as I'm recording here, you could see that I now have my picture up, my video. Hey there, how's it going? Pretty cool. And then I could go to a game. So let's say I just wanted to go to we could just play like a game of Overwatch or something like that. And you can see that it records really well. It doesn't use any of your CPU, which is nice, or at least not much of it, because it's primarily run through the graphics card. So it's great, and it really doesn't cause any lag in the game whatsoever. It doesn't really hurt your frames per second if you're playing. You almost don't even know that it's there when it's recording, which is the cool part. Especially when you have the instant replay going on in the background. I almost forget that I could record at any time and just play the game. So everything looks really smooth. Everything looks really clear. And I can just hit Alt-Z in the middle of the game and just adjust things as I'm playing. You can hear the music comes through nicely. It picks up the audio, and as I'm playing the game, nothing really is affected at all in terms of the quality of the gameplay. And as opposed to me just looking for a game, I'm just going to go to some videos that I recorded in case you're curious to see how they look. So I'm just going to go to my videos files. And you can see some games that we played.
It's okay,
Overwatch.
You're fine. You're not fine.
We're in trouble here. And so you can hear my teammates talking. I will choose my own death. And so it's really cool to be able to record stuff like that quickly, and it makes it easy to be able to upload it instantly without really having to do much editing. There are two major drawbacks that I will say using the software, and the first is I have encountered problems where when I'm recording that it'll suddenly drop frames in the video output. So when I'm watching the video over, sometimes it'll show that the video itself skips some frames. So for like an entire second, it'll miss, it'll just jump frames. So, I'll have a shotgun in my hands and I'm about to shoot somebody, but then it'll just skip to the part where they're dead. So I've encountered that problem, haven't really figured out how to fix that. I'll probably do a video on how to fix that when I figured it out. The other problem is I can't separate the audio out from the video itself. So in other recording software like OBS, you see I have a mic, and then I also have desktop audio. When you record using Shadowplay, it keeps all the audio files together in a single output, which It's great for ease of use, but not so great if I wanted to mute other people talking, if I wanted to mute myself, if I wanted to mute just the gameplay audio and just have me talking. And just to give you an example of some annoying times when you might want to disable the audio. Oh, nice. And
Shotgun.
a game like this where everyone starts yelling and talking.
Ryan,
get on Discord.
It was Ryan, get on Discord. Ryan, get on Discord.
Ryan, you need to get on Discord.
So as you can see, you wouldn't have the option to edit out the audio there. It's all embedded into the video. So those are my two big downfalls, but I think Nvidia has done a great job with the software. I think it's really easy to use. Really made it easy for me to start recording. OBS is still, in my opinion, takes the cake for a better recording software if you can learn how to use that. It's a little bit more tricky, but it's not as user-friendly, whereas Shadowplay has a user-friendly use to be able to go straight to streaming, easy setup. You don't really have to adjust that many settings. It kind of it gives you some presets that you can obviously adjust to make things better, depending upon how you like to stream or record. But for the most part, if you're new, Shadowplay is a great way just to get started, record some videos. It's very easy to use. I haven't really had any major problems with it, except for those couple hiccups that I mentioned. So that's my overall review of it.
Please stand by for a public service announcement.
Hey there, Slayers, it's Marky Mark here. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, of course, smash that like button. And if you want to see daily videos around MMOs, game reviews, and tips and strategies for bettering your game performance, be sure to subscribe here where I'll be pushing out videos daily. So thank you so much for being a part of the journey. And if you want to see more videos, comment, subscribe, and you know the drill. I'll see you on the next video.